Hey, it's Rich with the Kansas Flying Disc Association, and we are in Colorado Springs at the Collectors Convention, and we are starting a new series, and it is called 3 Questions With. And for our very first episode, we have a very special guest, and that is Bill Wright from the Coloradicals fame and the Wright Life fame. So welcome, Bill, and tell me a little bit about yourself and what's going on.
Well, obviously I'm Bill Wright and own the Wright Life sporting goods store. Started playing disc really when I came to college at Colorado State University in 1976. Felt like, that was what you do when you go to college, you play Frisbee. So did
It was
that.
natural,
yeah,
right?
It was natural. And actually was, went to school for business management. And so kind of had, designs on doing something myself, being an entrepreneur of some sort. And it turned out that way. I just can't really believe it's been, 41, 42 years of doing the same type of thing. So it's been beautiful.
Yeah, you were a trendsetter with the Wright Life. So 3 questions. That didn't count as a question, by the way. Right? Okay, so 3 questions. Some of us believe that kind of the zenith or high point of overall flying disc sports was the Rose Bowl, the late 70s, 1980. I know you won your first world championship in the Rose Bowl in 1980. What do you remember about that, and how special was that occasion?
Well, they were incredibly special. As a young kid traveling around playing Frisbee, you're not only are you going, wow, this is amazing, I want to do this forever, but you also the way Whammo had it set up is you'd spend the whole week on UC Irvine campus in Southern California, and living with 240 other like-minded people and eating with them from all over the world. Yeah. And it was just incredible. So those were the main takeaways, just that those friendships that are enduring and had basically last forever. But it was a really special time for us as a Coloradicals, because we were kind of recently dubbed the Coloradicals at that point, and we had a lot of people. There's all kinds of East Coast this and West Coast that, but we were Midwest. We were Colorado, and people really took a liking to us, and it was special for the team as well. So.
Well, cool. So, being from Topeka, Kansas, we looked up to the Coloradicals and loved just the branding of it, the fact that you wore the same outfits, the choreography, and just how tight that you guys performed. And we felt like we had to come up with a name, and so our name that we came up with was the Topeka Twisters. It didn't last very long, but we came out to Colorado Springs here for the U.S. Frisbee Championships, and then we came to Fort Collins a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, question 2.
Okay.
You have an interesting perspective on the retail aspect of flying disc sports because you've had your store for 42 years. Most fun wins, right?
Yep.
So what have you seen over that course of time, and what's changed?
So much. And our angle was always, it wasn't specialized in disc sports at all. We really felt like, even in the beginning, we felt like we needed to do tennis and racquetball and cross-country skiing, because we thought that, those people will discover disc if they come in for those other sports and stuff like that. And then slowly it merged into skateboarding and all kinds of alternative type sports: skateboarding, snowboarding, juggling, kite flying. We had all kinds of things over the years, and disc was always there. Disc kept growing and growing, and so like any retail these days, it has become much more specialized. So people can really focus on one thing or another. And we still have the Wright Life, and we've kind of split up the mail order and the regular retail. So the regular retail still is skateboard, snowboard, disc oriented, and the mail order is very specialized in disc sports. But and that's the way it's going. And the other thing that's happening in retail is that everybody is retailer, because you can, anybody can go out there and sell to masses, via Facebook or Amazon or whatever you want to do. You can put your products up there. So the ability for everybody to be a retailer is a fact of life. And so you just you learn to adapt, and there's still a very much a desire for regular retail out there, and we're thriving because of it.
Okay. You have been involved in a lot of aspects of flying disc sports, and I think about the FPA, I think about WFDF, I think about the U.S. Open, all the tournaments that you ran. Obviously, disc golf and to a lesser extent, Ultimate is really blowing up right now. What do you see the future of the sport going forward, based from your perspective?
Yeah, definitely more of the same. You know, I think everybody's always kind of likes the vintage stuff, and so I think that just because there's more people involved with disc golf and with Ultimate and things like that, people are always kind of, oh, what was that game BDC, or what, you know, what's that maximum time aloft thing? So people are curious, and you know, there's still a handful of overall tournaments that happen with Virginia States and you know, the U.S. Open, the WFDF stuff still happens on you know, every couple of years anyway. And so but I really think that disc golf, certainly with the way its numbers and the, you know, the kind of growth with COVID and stuff like that made it take off, is going to be you know, growing like that forever. And Ultimate's a team game, and there's these, you know, these desires to have new types of team games out there, both in the World Games and the Olympics. And Ultimate will be the first Frisbee sport in the Olympics. I'm not sure it's going to make 2028, but we're almost there in 2024. Okay. So.
And you've been on the front lines with WFDF, working on that effort over the years.
Yeah, over the years. Not so much now, but very in touch with everything that's going on there. So. Okay.
I know you need to get back to the convention. Bill doesn't remember this, but a highlight of my career was that he and I freestyled together in a pairs event in Fort Collins. So one final bonus question, one word or one answer. Who's the all-time best freestyler that you ever saw or competed with or against?
Oh man, that's so difficult, because there's so many, you know, so many different aspects to people's games. Yeah. And there's people coming up these days that, you know, are, you know, every bit as good as, you know, the old school players. But Joey Hadocklin was generally considered the player that everybody wanted to emulate. He did things that were so difficult and so advanced over, you know, what everybody else was doing, and so
he made it look so easy.
He made it look easy, and it just, you know, he did it all the time. So it was part of him, and still is, and he's a wonderful person, and you know, so he's certainly the one that I put up there on a pedestal. But you know, I could go on and on with people to watch these days, and there's a lot of Europeans that just are so athletic. It's really fun to watch.
Well, and they have the benefit of the internet and YouTube, which we didn't have back in the day. You would go to tournaments and
that was how you got to see people.
That? Well, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you being on with us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great. Thanks, Rich.